everyone, welcome to Mind Matters. Today we're going to talk about the fascinating world of sports and sustainability, exploring how the waste generated by our favourite sporting events can be reduced and repurposed. The problem: waste in sports. For F1 fans, is there anything more satisfying than watching a slick and efficient pit stop? The rehearsed movements of the crew, the rhythmic melody of the tools, it's more like a dance routine than an act of mechanical engineering. But as the driver speeds away on fresh tyres, ready to use that improved grip to win this weekend's Grand Prix, it's easy to forget about the fate of the old ones. Often we're too caught up in the competition to consider the waste generated by our favourite sporting events. But just like every major industry, how this debris is dealt with needs to be thought through. So today, we're going to be talking about recycling in sport. The case of Pirelli Tires. Now back to those discarded tyres. All F1 cars are fitted with Pirelli Tires, the Italian manufacturer that has been the official supplier for Formula One since 2011. For every race event, they provide each team with 13 sets of dry tyres, 4 sets of intermediate tyres and 3 sets of wet tyres. Looking at the most recent 2023 championship, that's 20 sets of 4 tyres for 10 teams over 22 Grand Prix, which comes to 2,860 tyres. But you'd assume they also have a few spare knocking about, just in case. Well, you're not wrong. In fact, Pirelli supplies approximately 1,800 tyres per weekend and close to 40,000 tyres over the whole season. Pirelli tyres are mostly made up of natural and synthetic rubber. Although natural rubber comes from the rubber tree and is technically biodegradable, it still takes a very long time to decompose. Synthetic rubber, on the other hand, is a type of plastic that takes even longer and releases harmful chemicals. The solution: recycling and repurposing. The good news is that Pirelli makes sure none of this rubber finds its way into landfill. But interestingly, the tyres do all end up in the same place, a cement factory just outside of Didcot in Oxfordshire. Once they have served their purpose, the tyres are crushed into 2 containers for maximum efficiency and transported to the UK. They are then shredded into small pellets and burnt as fuel for the cement factories. The remains of the tyres are burnt at such high temperatures that no harmful fumes are released into the atmosphere, and the only byproduct left over is non-poisonous ash. Now, if we could just get the cars to run on electricity. Other sports and sustainability. Roughly a 2-hour drive down the M4 from Didcot is Wimbledon, home to the oldest tennis tournament in the world. Such a prestigious sporting event requires scrupulous preparation, such as meticulously mowing 8mm tall grass on every court, or the finest organic strawberries and fresh dairy cream served to spectators. Of course, only the best tennis balls are used. We couldn't get our hands on an F1 tyre for this video, but we were able to wrestle a tennis ball away from a cockapoo at the park, so now we can show you what they're made of. The green on the outside is a thin layer of felt covering a skin of rubber. What you didn't see escaping as we cut it open was the nitrogen that keeps the balls inflated longer than regular pressurized air. In order to achieve that perfect serve, the balls at Wimbledon are kept refrigerated at 20 degrees Celsius until it's time to play. If you've watched a tennis Grand Slam, you may have noticed the umpire calling for new balls at seemingly random intervals. Turns out, they're not actually that random. Balls are changed after the first 7 games and then every 9 games thereafter. As you can imagine, this results in a lot of balls. An estimated 54,000 tennis balls are used at Wimbledon every year. But what happens to them once the pros have had their go? Most of the used balls are sold second-hand, and the money goes to charitable causes through the Wimbledon Foundation. Some of the balls that don't get sold are donated to schools, and the rubber from others is recycled to make floor coverings for indoor sports facilities. Golf balls? A different story. Now that's what I call a circular economy. By far the most adorable example of used tennis balls being repurposed is as homes for harvest mice. Although I don't envy the real estate agent job trying to convince the mice to live in a dog's favourite chew toy. You'll never believe what else we found in the park. A golf ball. Although that answer would have been a pretty safe guess, considering an estimated 600 million are lost worldwide, and half of those are just in the US. In 2009, a sonar searching for the Loch Ness Monster detected roughly 100,000 golf balls at the bottom of the famous lake. These numbers are already pretty alarming, but become even more shocking when you take into account the 1.2 billion golf balls being manufactured every year. A rubber core with plastic coating makes golf balls far from environmentally friendly, taking between 100 and 1,000 years to decompose. Unfortunately, the material they're made from is also non-recyclable. So we have to get creative with our solutions. Luckily, unlike tennis balls, golf balls maintain their quality for longer, so can be used over and over again. This means the first issue we need to address is losing them. This can be achieved by buying brightly coloured balls that are far easier to find after you tee off. Most clubs trade in found balls, clean them and resell at a lower price. That's cheaper for you and better for the environment. Outside of that, a quick Google brings up crafty suggestions from snowmen to decorate your Christmas tree, or creepy crawlies to guard your flower pots. Sports are a universal language. They have the power to break down cultural barriers and bring people together all around the world. So it makes sense that this all-inclusive vernacular be used to spread a positive message about waste management and protecting our planet. Thanks for watching Mind Matters. If you want to watch more interesting stuff, be sure to subscribe to our channel.